Hi, I'm back. So yeah, disclaimer also. If you see this, yeah, I have a pimple that's growing right underneath my lip, and we decided to squeeze it. That's also my son just waking up and they do this thing. We decided to squeeze it, and it swelled my whole side of my lip up last night, and this is the results of today. So, yep, that's fine. Got one right here too. It's cool. It's whatever. Let's get right into the video. Grand setting, grand evening, grand rising, wherever you are. How are you? How are you, Black woman? How are you today? What are you thinking about? So today's video is gonna be about wake up call. It's okay for you as a Black woman to change. Also, you can probably hear my dog. She's always getting on my fucking nerves, crying. She loves attention. But yeah, so this video is, you have my approval. You have my approval to grow up and change and be your own woman. Because I talk my shit, and a lot of times I feel like people, they really do, oh my gosh, they really do, try to make you feel like you need their approval to grow up and to be who you want to be. And if you look at everyday life and everyday situations, how life is actuality, I like to call it, is set up, you are constantly living a life where you need someone else's approval to move or to do anything. Like, you look at it right now, like, if you don't have money, like, you're done for. Like, you're not gonna be able to be who you are, do what you want to do. You'll never know, because money rules everything at this point. And it's really sad and sick, but that's what actuality is all about. And yeah, with that, there's a lot of toxicity, because then you go on this spiral where you're constantly seeking approval from others. Think about how people feel when you get the white cap and gown and you're told you're separate from your class because you're better than them, because you are great at school and you're intelligent, right? You seek that approval. Now you have kids on the other side being like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not as good as this person because I'm not wearing all white when I graduate. And I believe there was even a story where a girl killed herself because she was like a couple points or whatever off, and she wasn't able to graduate with her class as far as in the white, and she took her life. Like, how sick and sad is that we are going to live in a world where we want to keep pressing this fake ass, unity, which that's a whole nother subject as to why unity is being pushed in America. Yeah, okay. Because it's not real. And if somebody took their life because they felt like they wasn't as good as you because of what somebody else said or a rule book, like, where does that leave people? Hello, like, we gotta stop playing. Like, let's talk about what's really going on. And so I also make this video to say, yeah, like I said, I'm giving you, if you need approval, now you got approval to grow up. I don't care what age you are, you got approval to grow up. Because reality gonna slap you whether you want to or not. Either your parents are gonna prepare you for what reality is like, or you're gonna get slapped with it by actuality, maybe even. Like, there's really real things going on in the world. And regardless of how people want to stack up high this fake, fairy tales of what life is, you know what I'm talking about? Like cars and money and all that. Like, you still gotta operate in reality and realize that you are not your body. And you are you on the inside operating this vehicle. And if you associate yourself with the vehicle, then what happens to the vehicle is what happens to you, right? You see what I'm saying? How that doesn't make any sense, because it's kind of like you just giving all your control away and all your power away. And then leads me to me saying that Black women, I feel like we don't ever get the time to acknowledge our transition, because it's always so quick and so forced upon us at a young age just by our environment. Like, think about how much is dependent upon us in the household. Like, for instance, me, like I mentioned before, I don't have only brothers. I actually have two half sisters, but I don't really know them like that. I've never grew up around them. They're actually a lot older than me, I think. So yeah, I grew up in a household where I have all brothers, and so yeah, my brothers, like, the typical narrative they want to push on men is that men are dirty, men don't know how to clean up, men don't listen. So they grew up like that. Like, my mom was like, okay, mama, that was my childhood nickname. She was, and then you see why I'm always teaching. But she was like, okay, mama, well, your brothers don't know how to wash dishes, and they're not really good at cleaning up, even though no one was really on them about it, so they just didn't do it. And then it led to, mama, you right here, you can wash the dishes. So then, I became the person that washed the dishes, cleaned the bathroom, like, all the time. I hate washing dishes to this day because how much I washed dishes, like, as a child. And I also thought it was a weird perspective because I remember FaZe was telling me about how, FaZe is also my boyfriend. He was telling me about, like, how, growing up, he didn't ever wash dishes. Like, he said his parents always washed dishes. I was like, what? Like, I remember my mom even, like, made this insensitive joke, or, like, she reminded us of this insensitive ass joke that my weird sick cousin made, where he was dating a lady. I'm sorry, I got a lot of phlegm. Oh, I didn't take my sea moss today. I'll take that this video. But yeah, he was dating a lady and she had 2 kids. And my mom came in the house, and one thing that we wasn't used to in Jersey, because I'm from New Jersey, in Jersey growing up, we didn't have dishwashers. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's houses with dishwashers in New Jersey at this point, but we just didn't have it like that. So the house didn't have no dishwashers. So my mom was like, everybody do dishes. And so, yeah, we moved down to Florida, which I'm currently in, and she was just like, and he was talking to her, and she was like, hey, because she realized that houses down here have dishwashers, and she noticed he didn't have one. And she was, I think you know where I'm going with this. And then she was like, hey, I noticed you don't have a dishwasher in here. He was like, yeah, I do. I got 2 of them. And then she was just like, she just let it roll off her back because she kind of just like 2. Like, she didn't see anything. She thought it was like a funny joke she didn't catch that went over her head, which it did. And later she brought it back to all of her kids' attention about how it was so hilarious that he said he had 2 dishwashers, meaning not even his own children, but two other people's children, when he don't even have a job. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even trying to say jobs matter, but the point is, it's like, what does it do to your ego to be like, hey, I got 2 dishwashers, and it's these 2 people, these 2 human beings who have way more things that are gonna slap them in their mouth when they get older with life, because they're not gonna get it because all you're considering them to be is dishwashers. And it really does take me back to the mentality of slavery, where black women and black people in general was just bred to be slave masters to their kids. Like, their kids were opportunities. And currently, this day, I don't care what nobody say, I'm not even gonna put that on my parents because I really don't know, but I wouldn't be mad because that's one of the options. But I would not like to believe that our parents looked at us as opportunities and not as people. Because growing up, like I said, you were washing the dishes. Chores was mandatory. And not even like on some, you don't want to raise no lazy children. Not even lazy, but just a simple fact where they don't even want to clean up themselves. Like, we obviously know that's a mental problem. And somebody didn't teach you that. And so I would teach my children that, don't you feel like you deserve to live in a clean house? Like, it's not about, clean up because I said so. That was the type of shit that we were getting as children. Like, clean up because I said so, or I'm going to beat your ass. It was never like on some, hey, let me show you how to clean up. So that way when you in your own space, you know how to keep up after yourself, and you know how to watch yourself and understand. And then even if you educated yourself, you will understand that, organization and cleaning and the way you maintain your environment, your space, is a sign of your mental state. And so me knowing that, because I did the research, I'm going to definitely teach my son about, you know, if I see his rooms jacked the fuck up, I'm like, okay, where are you headed? Like, where are you focused? Because it can't be on you, because your room is chaotic. And that's not a sign of you being worried about you, because your space is ridiculous. And that's something we would talk about. And, you know, we wasn't raised on that. Like, nobody was concerned about you as a person. They were kind of like, you're a child, shut up and sit down. Clean the dishes. Take out the trash. Oh, you're not. You said you ain't. You said you forgot to take out the trash. Come here. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even no conversations about nothing. And now we grown and we disconnected. We don't want to tolerate our parents' bullshit. And the excuses, they're old. Like, cause life is happening now. Like, people getting slapped now, and it doesn't feel good. And they're like, well, why am I getting beat? You know, for just existing. That doesn't seem right. And you wonder why people taking their lives. Well, hello, because they don't get it. I mean, even if they do get it, it's like, you're like, fuck. Now what? And that's kind of like where a lot of us are at, where we're like, fuck, like, this is life. And I'm just forced to deal with it this way. And, you know, people like me, I'm not doing that. Like, when Kanye West said, to me, giving up is way harder than trying. That's been my whole life. Like, I live by that saying, weirdly enough, because I refuse to accept that. You know, for even our kids, like, I'm not accepting that for my son. Like, it's going to be higher standards for him because he has a higher level of intelligence by science. You know, these generation of kids are way smarter than us. And we got to welcome them with open arms. We can't be hating on them like literally what's happening right now with our generation and our parents and their moms and them. They're hating a lot of them. And not even like on some like, I hate you type shit. It's just more some, you know, they can tell that they're running out of time, or, you know, that they don't have control anymore. And they still want it. And this egotistical society is going to feed off of that. And you really got to hold steadfast to that childlike heart. That's why I said it go back to the children. You can't hate on them because they the closest thing to perfection. And you are the furthest from it based off of your experience being here. And based off getting, you know, deceived and not sitting and spending time with yourself. And not understanding your voice amongst all these voices everywhere, you know. I don't know. That's my perspective on it. And I'm not trying to make this video super long because I feel like I said, I talk a lot. I have a lot of perspectives. And there's so many videos that come from this. I'm watching my dog because she keeps trying to... Naga? No. She keeps trying to sniff up on the counters. You know where they headed when they start doing that. But, yeah. Like I said... not that I have the power, but like I said, you know, if it helps, I give you my approval to grow up. And to do what you got to do for you and yours. Do what you got to do for you, okay? For you first and foremost, because there be no yours without you. What? Okay, overstand? Period. And yeah, like, I get excited about conversations like this because nobody's having them. And if nobody's going to have them, hello? Knock. I got to, because... this is how we grow. This is how we grow. I even kind of want to, like, have people, like, sometimes, you know, come on here and just talk with me and, like, share their, you know, advice and shit. Because life is fucking hard. But it's really simple, actually. Life is pretty take it or leave it. But you're going to have to take it because you're here. It's up to you, though, if you're going to look at it like that. Or you're going to look at it like, oh, why me? Why does this happen to me? Instead of realizing, like, this is life. Like, life happens. And you are in control. And... it's just reacting to what you choose to partake in, or you choose to make your reality. Like, what? And that's what actuality is so scary and so powerful at, because people really spend their whole reality living in someone else's actuality. That's terrifying. That's terrifying because you're not in control anymore. And even when you're in control, my son, he's always mad. He's not even mad. He's very vocal now. Like, he be just yelling with us because that's what we do. Like, we'll just scream, go, ah, like that and shit. I always get off topic, but anyway, yeah. But yeah, like, you know, it's kind of dangerous because, you know, you sometimes get too comfortable, right? You're so used to, like, people, like, always leading the way. Like, you get so used to, like, people making the decisions, but you don't have to think about it. Like, work. Not trying. Everybody think work is so hard, but it's really, really not. It's some sheep shit. Like, that's what school does. It prepares you for work. And, like, it's not hard to go to work, bro. It's not hard to clock in and do what you're told. You're living in someone's actuality. And it gets so comfortable, you okay with that. But then work stops. Say that business closes down. You don't know how to feed your family because actuality was so sweet. You see what I'm saying? We got to talk about this because I want y'all to make it. Like, I want y'all to be the best that y'all can fucking be. Like, we're in this together. If I trip you and you fall and you drop the baton, you can't pass it to me. And the longer you take to get it to me, bro, like, come on, we not gonna make it. We gonna lose this race. Like, I really genuinely believe racism is a team sport. We want to talk about racism. Let's talk about it though, because black people are not unifying. And so if you even want to talk about racism, which I have my own perspective about all of this stuff, and you know where I'm going with that. If you want to talk about it, you're going to lose just off default, just for the fact that you feel privileged enough, and you're black in America, bro, where you live and eat and do everything you don't want to do, but you do it because, and now we culturify it because culture, so we can be okay with it, but we're really doing everything we don't want to do, and we're always being influenced. Like, think about that. Like, you're going to forfeit yourself, and you're doing stuff you don't even want to do anyway. That makes no sense. And you feel privileged enough to feel like you can beef with somebody who looks just like you, live the same life as you, don't have money like you, trying to make it somewhere like you. You have more privilege inside of you where you feel like you're going to beef with them and they're not good enough for you to get together with because you may not like something that they do or they say. What? You know how many other races get together on some, okay, this is good for both of, this is a mutual benefit and for our community. And that's why our dollars, they don't bounce one time. That's why we don't make no money back and we don't see money because we don't understand that it's more than money. You get it? Like, it's a overstand shit. Like, money is just you know what I'm saying? The tip of the iceberg. And that's the problem in black communities. And it's so many things to talk about. But this video is going everywhere, but I'm going to end it at the point where, like I said, black women take charge. And like I said, you get my permission to grow up. It's so many women who probably are starting their journey a lot later than they would have liked to, or they realize they've been lied to and stuff, and they may feel bitter about it. And they want to hold you back so you know, maybe so they can see you suffer a little longer and need them. It's these weird egos that I'm not fucking with. And that's why I'd rather talk to the camera, because the camera, like I love this saying by Lil Wayne, where, and I know you guys know where I'm going with, where he talks about how, you know, let the world be your mirror and no one can judge you and only you judge what you see in the mirror. Like, I love that because I will literally like genuinely sit and talk to myself. Like, I mean, I answer myself. Like, that's a whole nother thing. Like, my dad used to be like, it's cool if you talk to yourself as long as you don't answer. But I don't answer myself, but I might sometimes. So it's getting to a point where I'm like, damn, bro. Like, you gotta really be able to sit and, you know, reflect. And that's why I love being on here and talking and shit, because I'm hearing, right, and encouraging and talking about what needs to be talked about, what I want to hear, what I want to learn about, growing, learning, applying what I've learned so that way I can keep walking and getting better at it. You know what I mean? It's cool. And I want to invite every black woman to sit down and know these videos are for you. They sound very universal. Like, they really are universal. And, you know, even if you're not a black woman, I hope you take something from these videos. But overall, like, this video is for you because you created everything. And the things that I feel and understand inside, I know you understand, and you looking for an outlet and you just wish you had it. And here you go. Now you can take this video and share it with whoever you would like, or keep it to yourself. You know, I wouldn't recommend that because everyone, I feel like, could benefit from these conversations. But, you know, I just want to say that, you know, I'm gonna talk to my black women. You know, I want to try to close all my videos talking to the black women, but that I love you. You're my sister. You're my family. You can talk to me. I'm here to listen to you and your problems and anything, your frustrations. They're very valid. You matter. You matter. You know what I'm saying? And if you need anything, here's a hug. Here's a hug. I will hug you so freaking tight because you're so important. And I just want you to know that you're so intelligent. You're the most intelligent being, like, by race and freaking gender, girl. So, like, take that with some power. Like, take that with some confidence. And, like, just know that you got this. and I love you. I'm going to see you on my next video. I hope so. And yeah, I'll talk to you next time. Bye. I also wanted to add to the video that, because I didn't even get to this point because I just was like going on this whole spiral. But I wanted to add to the video also, and sorry if you could hear that in the background. Yeah, that like a lot of times people also try to bully you into not changing, or like they make fun of it. Like I know a lot of times, like me, for instance, losing my weight, I experienced a lot of moments where people would come around me trying to entice me to eat certain things, or saying how like I'm gonna continue doing what I've been doing because they ain't killed me yet, or just kind of like making like, you know, insensitive remarks and jokes because they feel, you could tell they're uncomfortable. Like I said, right, in my last video, where people, they will, you know, you'll mess with their comfort zone and that makes them feel weird. So then they kind of like lash out at you or like say insensitive things. But in reality, they know, they, like I said, everyone knows what they should be doing. They just, that's why the anger comes out and it seems like it's reflecting to you, but it's not. It's just them lashing out themselves, right? Because they know what they should be doing. And yeah, I wanted to put that in this video, and I didn't feel like going back over there, so I just want to say that real quick. Yeah, like, it's okay, Black women, to change, and if you want to stop doing something, that you can do it whenever you're ready. You can learn about something, like this is me, right? Because a lot of times I'll hear something, right, and I'll hear, oh, this is good for you, or this, you should do this, do that, and because of who I am, I don't listen, right? So I will actually wait until, not even wait, it's nothing premeditated. It's just me naturally. I do what makes sense to me. And when it starts to make sense, when it starts to align itself up with my life, I accept it more. It's more real for me. I can genuinely live that life. I don't ever like to do stuff because I'm told to do it, or because it's just a, you know, like obviously with discretion is a very big thing for me. If you don't understand that, overstand that, don't watch my videos. I'm just gonna let you know right now, because you're gonna be saying a lot of nonsense and we already kind of over addressed that. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, like, yeah, just, you know, it's okay to change. Like, if you want to stop wearing weave, stop. Like, if you don't, like, do your thing. Know who you are. Don't let things pervert you. Don't let people try to pervert you. They're going to try to do that with everything. Like, spirituality right now, bro, if you don't get with yourself, they're going to mess you up with crystals, sage, and all. I just dealt with a situation with somebody who, they love crystals and sage, but they don't know who they are at all. They literally don't spend time with themselves at all. They think if they, you know, sit in the dark and watch a movie, or just be by themselves all day, because they go all day trying to be something they're not all day, whether it's crystals or sage or, oh, I get it, or, oh, this, they just always somebody else, that, and then go sit in their room all day in the dark. They think that's them being with themselves. Well, it's not. It's destroying you. And you gotta sometimes, you know, just acknowledge your wrongs. It's okay to learn. Like, you can't lose. You learning. And you only lose when you take yourself out, period. So yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say.